So let's listen to the rest of this here.
Mouth was never going to work. He's so fucking antagonistic and just for the most part downright unlikable that nobody wanted to organize with him, and his name alone and the fact that he had
these people would have hated Malcolm X. Would have hated Malcolm X. He was very antagonistic. Some people say I'm antagonistic. I'm not sure what's happening with our white left media. I'm not sure. If it feels like they have decided the space that RBN and Jimmy Dore essentially, and Convo Couch and some others essentially occupy, that's too radical for us. So we have to attach ourselves to somebody else. This is what this feels like to me. The squad has clearly been exposed to this extent that they are still posting and people are calling them out. She put up that video with Alex Wagner, AOC, and we did a stream on it. Every single comment was bad, and it was several hundred comments. Every single quote tweet was bad. That's who our white left media has decided to attach themselves to. And it's a connection here. There's a connection here. Don't think there's not a reason why certain people are taking certain stances. Don't think it's a coincidence that Vanguard has this particular stance. And there's more. I'm not going to play more, but there's more. I don't need to go into it. There's Crystal and Kyle. And Jimmy Dore alludes to it in the video we're going to cover too, but Ryan Grimm has a position, and you see him, what he's out doing. So what could Breaking Points really do? How would they even cover Force the Vote when they have the clown on their network? And has the Vanguard had Crystal and Kyle on? Do you think the Vanguard wants to have Crystal and Kyle on again, or Ryan Grimm on again? Do you think that? Do you think that shades the opinion that they decide to have here? Or they're just making a class play. Let me sip on this shit. Or they're just making a class play.
It's nothing but vitriol, and he loves the fact that everybody hates him for the way that he presents himself. Besides his like most dedicated fucking followers, he loves to be an antagonist. And even when because Jimmy doesn't actually give a fuck if these things happen. So
the question is, do other white left media give a fuck? Because if you want to give Jimmy Dore that label, and if that's what you want to say, he doesn't give a fuck. Then what do you classify Crystal and Kyle? Breaking Points. Civility politics serves who? We did a stream on this. Civility politics. I should have put it in the I Am the Revolution podcast series. And that's essentially the argument of the Vanguard. So let it play some more, because there is a couple, now that I remember, there's a couple of things I want to address.
So it's all about, the antagonism. And that's why I think that Force the Vote was never able to take off. And that's why you see so many people who are just rabidly opposed to it, and they have no good reason to be. It's because they won't just come out and say, I fucking hate Jimmy, and that's why I won't support anything that's ever come out of his goddamn mouth.
The thing is the solution to get rid of Jimmy, or for those people to grow up? What's the solution here? Get rid of a person who's vigorously publicly fighting and using his platform. Get rid of that guy, or just tell the children to grow up.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a valid reason to be against force the vote, and I don't think that's what you're saying
Stupid as
either.
fuck to be opposed to it.
Yeah. But I do agree that his like unnecessarily antagonistic nature, not just towards the Congress people themselves, who I think absolutely deserve the vitriol, but more towards some of his actual allies.
This is the thing where people are just telling you they're your allies. Why do you say that? Why do you say that? You just telling somebody they're not any ally of ours whatsoever. And if your ally is dragging your feet on the battlefield, I'm going to say that again. If your ally is dragging their feet on the battlefield, you're supposed to do what? The battlefield where they can get you hurt too because they're dragging their feet? This is completely unserious. This is completely unserious to me.
Or people that would be his allies if he let them be. Unnecessary vitriol towards those people, and that's what
So this is what the Vanguard is saying, because he just acknowledged it's okay to do it to the politicians, but for somehow the logic stops there. Why doesn't a logic apply to the media people who are propping up the politicians you say is okay to treat like that? Why shouldn't we attack those people, the Ryan Grimms, who are propping up the people you say is okay to attack? And if the people who you say are allies are propping up the people who you say is okay to attack, are they allies? Okay, RBN is here to say civility politics, that's out the door. I think people kind of get that from RBN. We ain't about that at all. If you're shielding for the ruling class through your so-called journalism like Ryan Grimm and David Sirota, you gets these hands. What the fuck do you think? We're here for the working class. We're not here to play nice. So if you want to team up with imperialists, the hands will come, sir.
what we're about to take a look at now. This caught my eye because this video is called "Breaking Point's Host Caught Lying."
It caught your eye because you're an ambulance chaser. That's why it caught your eye. That's when we get content from the Vanguard. Look out the door. If you hear an ambulance, the Vanguard will be there, sir. You're talk soup of the left. You're Wendy Williams of the left, sir. Completely unserious.